See if it'll ever kick in.
Hey, welcome to Raincross Farms Makery. Welcome back to us. We have been out of the state for a couple of days. We went one state over to Washington. Again, we're Raincross Farms Makery. I'm Robin. Behind the camera, behind the computer is Bill. And we are coming to you just outside of Lewiston, Idaho, which is right next door to Washington. And we like to craft and we like to share our crafts with you and hopefully inspire you to do something creative every day. So, welcome. When you pop on, say hello. It's a big encouragement to us when we see who's watching and have a way to interact with you. So, please say hello. And I am going to get my live started on my phone so I can see. Hey, Cheryl. We have certainly missed you guys. We haven't gone live for quite a few days, but we're back and we got some fun stuff planned. Lots of exciting stuff coming up this week. Busy here at the Makery. So let's see. Again, let's see. If you watch anybody's Facebook Lives, you've heard this before. We would certainly appreciate it if you would like or love our page, give us a heart, follow our page. So exciting. We've had almost 200 new followers in the last 4 days. So that's exciting. We are past our first 1,000 and we are racing towards 2,000. So if you haven't already followed our page, we'd love it if you would follow us and join us now and again and see what we're doing. And if you are so inclined, please share our video out to your friends, any craft groups you belong to. We would certainly appreciate that. Hello, Patty. Welcome. Welcome, Alana. I know it seems like forever. Thank you, Patty. And we also have stars enabled. So if you are so inclined to donate stars, we very much appreciate it. It is absolutely not required and we're not even really soliciting it, but we would certainly appreciate anything that you donate. That is just great. So, tonight's project, we are going to use our club transfer and we're going to do just something a little bit different. So, here's our club transfer. I'll just get right into it. This is our April club transfer. It is exclusive to club members only during the month of April. So the only people that can get this are designers and club members. So we're going to use this. It is darling. It says keep going, keep growing, and it's got some cute little plants there. We used it before last week sometime, made a garden flag, and I want you to know it has rained. We used our ink on it and heat set it. It has rained here since then, and the garden flag held up beautifully. It still looks brand new. So, well, thanks. We missed you too. Okay, so like I said, I've used this before. You can kind of see some staining. And we'll talk a little bit more about club as we go. So hang in there. We are going to put it on this gorgeous surface. This is our Aiden board. Now, it's used, right? And you can see it's smudge and budge proof, but I'm going to show you, this is something I just love about our products that are meant to be reusable, is if I got tired of this, which I'm really not, but I have the transfer, I can redo it. If I get tired of it or the season has passed, I don't have to just store this whole thing away and invest in a whole other frame to do something else. I can just reuse this one and I don't have to worry about storage space and I can have something current and new all the time. So I'm going to show you how we take this off and put the new one on. Sounds good? Does that sound like a plan? Okay. Any comments that I'm missing? I was gonna say I can only see part of them. So no new comments. Okay, so did you have a great Saturday? Today's Saturday, right? I think today is Saturday. Did you have a great start to your weekend? We were kind of lazy around here. I've been putzing around in the design studio and getting work done. Anyway, back to this. I'm going to take this off. Okay, so I'm going to do that by spraying it with water. Our paste is smudge and budge proof, as I showed you, when it's dry, but on non-permeable surfaces, it can be completely removable. So I'm going to let the water just kind of soak in for a minute or two, and I'm going to get out my paste scraper, and I'm going to use this to take the bulk of this paste off. Now, if you didn't have one of these, and I did it just this weekend because I was demonstrating our product to a friend of mine. We were actually spending the night at her house, and I wanted to reuse a surface to show her, and I didn't have my paste scraper, so I just used a debit card and scraped it off. So this is hard plastic, but it is not sharp. It's got a beveled edge, and so it's not going to scratch this. So that has had a minute or two to soak in. So I'm going to take this scraper and I'm just going to start scraping off that paste. Our paste is chalk in paste form. So when it dries, it's like hard, like cement, like a stick of chalk, but it doesn't rub off until you're ready to rub it off. So this, like I said, this is our beautiful Aiden frame. It is a 9 by 12. That's the inside measurement. Okay. So I've got most of that paste off. And as you can see, there's still some ghosting. I'm just going to kind of pile that up in the center. I'm going to get a paper towel, clean this off, and I'm going to just sop this up. And if you look close, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, it has some ghosting. You can still see a bit of that sewing machine. I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see some ghosting on that. That's because we're not done yet. Next, I'm going to take my board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, but no chemicals. And I'm going to spray this down again, and I'm going to use this and just a little bit of elbow grease, and that is going to completely pull off any of that ghosting, any of that remaining paste. And then I have a completely fresh surface to chalk on. Okay, you started it in pain, cool front coming in. Oh, you know, I was chatting with somebody else who is very much affected by cold weather physically. So I'm sorry about that. I hope it eases up. Hey, Patty, cleaned the house a lot. Well, girl, you get up here and you help me. Okay, so now I'm just taking a towel, drying that off. And it looks good. Okay. Now, I'm ready to use my transfer. I've used it a time or two, but it still is a little sticky. So I'm going to peel it off its backer. Don't throw this away. You need to keep it. And I'm going to put just a little bit of fuzz on it so that it doesn't stick too tightly to this surface, so that I stretch it when I go to pull it up. So just a couple of passes on a fuzzing towel. You can just use any bath towel. You can use a t-shirt. You can use your jeans. And I'm going to push that down. And I like doing it with my hand because I can feel if I've got a lump or a bump of something underneath. We don't want any lumps and bumps. We don't want any air bubbles. We want that adhered nicely to the surface. You want a self-cleaning house? I do too. And I want a self-cooking oven and a self-cooking kitchen and a self-cleaning kitchen. And I still feel a bump. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Club. Club is a monthly DIY subscription service. So for $19.99 a month, to your mailbox, you get an exclusive B-size transfer. This is a B-size transfer, 8.5 by 11. And you will get 3 paste singles. And this is a paste single. It's enough for a couple of projects, but you'll get 3 of them coordinated with the transfer. Now I haven't got my actual club yet, but these are the colors that come in April's club. You get pesto, which is a pretty avocado green. You get tide, which is a pretty dark turquoise, and you get shimmer melon. Shimmer kind of has some sparkle, very pretty. Okay, so those are the 3 colors that come with April's transfer. So for the most part, I'm going to use these colors. Club doesn't get the jars, they get the little paste singles. But again, it's enough to do several projects. So our transfers are reusable, so they're not just one and done. I want all of that. Everything should be self-cleaning. If somebody was telling me we needed Rosie the robot, yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I just don't want to work for Mr. Spacely.
You don't want to work for Mr. Spacely?
No, I don't like sprockets.
Okay. So, anyway, that's what club is. The club transfer itself is shipped free. There is no shipping charge. You just pay $19.99 plus your tax rate, and you get that product. You get that transfer and the paste packets to your door every month. So it's awesome. If you're interested in it, you want a little more information, or you think you're ready to join, it's an awesome way to get your feet wet with these products. And so you can comment club, or you can just type a message to me saying, I want to know more about club, and we'll get you some information. Okay. Another thing that I want to make sure I point out is this frame. For the month of April, if you are a club member, there's a way that you can get this frame for half price, which is awesome because it's a really high quality frame, high quality wood, high quality porcelain on steel surface, which means it's magnetic. It retails, the 9x12 retails for $39.99, but you can get it for $19.99. All you need to do is if you put in a single order of $75 or more during the month of April, you get this for half price. $75 isn't, if you're using this stuff, $75 is not unheard of. Stock up on some paste. Anyway, I just want to make sure you knew that because that's an awesome deal. I don't even get it at 50% off. Okay, we're going to do something a little different with this. I'm going to use the Shimmer Melon for the title here. Keep going, keep growing. So our paste is, like I said, chalk in paste form, semi-permanent. You saw how I made it, how it was not permanent on this surface. And this is a shimmer, and sometimes the shimmer is filled with mica flakes, and sometimes they want to kind of settle. So I like to give my shimmers a quick stir before I use them. Okay, and I'm going to take my squeegee, and I'm going to put a little bit of this paste on my squeegee, and I'm going to just drag that across the screen. These are silk screens. They are not truly stencils in the way most people think of stencils, because there's no open spots. There's just a screen through here, and that helps us to come up with really gorgeous designs that you cannot create with an ordinary stencil. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go back and forth and make sure that shimmer gets pushed through. And I usually have enough time to do a shimmer without doing a paste and pull, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I don't want it drying in the screen, because when I pull it up, it will not adhere to the surface. It'll adhere to the screen. So while it's still damp, I'm going to peel that up. Look at that. Is that pretty? Keep going, keep growing. So I'm just going to peel that up, give it a quick dry. just so it doesn't smear. It may not be completely dry, but I'm going to just gently lay that back down. I'm not going to press it down. I am going to press down where I have not yet chalked. Now this is where I'm kind of making it up as I go. I'm going to do these plants kind of three-dimensional, but so that I kind of know where the placement is, I'm going to kind of chalk these invisibly. So I'm going to use black, but I'm going to use the shimmer shadow. So it's going to have a little bit of shimmer. So you'll be able to see the plants. And then we're going to chalk this on some cardstock. And we're going to make this a little bit dimensional. So again, here is a shimmer. And like I said, they kind of sometimes like to separate a bit. So I like to just give them a quick stir before I use them. So this is not really going to show up very well, and I don't really want it to. I kind of want it hidden. So I'm going to take this is a small squeegee, so it's a little bit bigger than the mini. And I am just going to do the same thing. Push that through. Yes, I love shimmer shadow. I love all the shimmers. I do have, who knows my favorite shimmer? Who out there knows my favorite shimmer color? Bragging rights to whoever can tell me what my very favorite shimmer color is. Anybody know? Okay, so I've got that completely covered, and I'm going to scrape off any excess here. Rose gold. Well, let's see if anybody has another idea. Maybe right, maybe not. You're not going to give it up. Okay, put the lid on that, and now I'm going to peel this up, and you'll be able to see it, but it won't be look at that. Isn't that pretty? So you can see, what am I doing? Oh,
there you go.
Okay, so you can see it there. Even if I hadn't done the shimmer, if I had just done black paste, you would still be able to see it. And that's what I'm wanting, because we're not done with this yet. So I'm going to give it a dry. Any other guesses what my favorite? Cheryl may or may not be right. Okay, you can see the shimmer quite well. Good. Good. I love I love all the shimmers. Okay, so I'm going to give that just a little bit of a dry. Our shimmers take just a few seconds longer to dry. Whatever their chemical makeup is, it takes just a little bit longer. But that's good because it gives you a little extra working time too. Okay, Alana's guessing shimmer frost. Okay, that's a guess. I'll end up telling you, but I'm going to see if anybody else can guess. Okay, I'm going to clean this because we're going to use it again. So to clean it, water. Does not have to be distilled water. This happens to be, but it doesn't have to be. And I'm going to start with my Swedish dishcloth. See, I remembered what it was. It's like a reusable paper towel. You could just use a paper towel. Okay, so I'm going to get this damp and wring it out. And I'm just going to use this to take the initial paste off of this screen.
Hey, we went and spent a couple days with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. Did any of you guys click on the link?
Yeah, did you see our post
Santa,
about, we actually spent the night, we spent about 24 hours with Santa and Mrs. Claus. It was delightful. I gave him some ideas for toys and craft things for Christmas that he's going to pass on to his elves. Okay, no other guesses? Just rose gold and shimmer frost. Okay, so I've got that first layer off, especially with the shimmers. The shimmers don't want to come off. They want to stay. It's glitter. You know how glitter is. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to my board eraser, and I'm going to use it to pull off the rest of that paste. I find that using either a paper towel or one of those Swedish dishcloths saves on some wear and tear on my board eraser. So these kind of have a limited life. They don't last forever, but I feel I can get an extra week or two out of them if I use the paper towel to get started removing the paste. Okay, turn it over. Same thing. Give it a little spray. And this time you're taking off any fuzz that you put on here. Okay, I guess we've got no more guesses. My favorite shimmer color is rose gold. Yay, rose gold! And I think my second favorite color is one that you guys can't get because I got it at the leadership conference. Maybe someday they'll bring it out for you to have. It's a really pretty blue. It's a dark blue shimmer. Okay, so I'm cleaning front and back of this, and I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to use a paper towel and dry it off. Normally, I would tell you to let it air dry, but because I want to use it right away, I'm taking a paper towel and just gently drying that off. And drying off the front. And I'm going to flip this over because that's kind of damp. Okay. So I have most of that moisture off, and I'm going to kind of swing it around to air dry it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually chalk on some cardstock. So I'm going to chalk all of these little plants because they're boring here. Other than the sparkle, they're kind of boring. So we're going to use our colors and we're going to chalk it on cardstock. Okay, so let that continue to dry just a second, and I'm going to. You know what happens when you put tape or something sticky on paper? You usually can't get that tape up without pulling up part of the paper. Well, we don't want that. Hi, Leanna. I don't see Leanna. You must have seen it popped up. You saw her name? Okay. So we're going to wax our cardstock just so there's a layer between the sticky and the paper so that when we peel it up, it doesn't peel up the paper. Now I'm using cardstock that I got. I believe this is from Michael's. It's Recollections. It's smooth cardstock. It's kind of an ivory color, and it's 80-pound weight. So that's pretty stiff cardboard, but still cuttable because I'm going to be cutting these apart. Okay, so I'm waxing it, I'm buffing it, and I can feel that's very smooth. So my transfer should not stick too badly. Hey, Leanna, glad you popped on. Thank you, Cheryl, for the stars. That is awesome. We are working towards getting that dedicated computer for down here. Every little star helps. Okay, so that's waxed. That's ready to go. Again, I'm going to fuzz this. Another layer of protection so it doesn't stick to the paper. And I'm just going to lay it down here. It doesn't have to be centered particularly because I'm going to cut them all apart. Okay, so I'm going to push it down and make sure there's no air bubbles. And now I'm going to chalk it, and we're going to use our colors. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to use the colors that come with the kit, with the club. So I'm going to use the Shimmer Melon, and I'm going to use the Tide in the little pots. And then I'm going to use the Pesto on the leaves. And I've got, let's see, I've got some flowers that need some color. So let's see, how about, let's start with our Tide. Okay, I love this color. And I'm going to use my multi-tool, because it has, one end of it has like a little mini squeegee. It's like a half of a mini squeegee. So that will help me get into these little sections here, because I'm going to, it's kind of detailed, and I don't want to get it where it doesn't belong. So I'm going to get a little bit of paste, and I'm going to just push that in there. So we'll do this one in Tide. And let's do this one in Tide. But we will do that. There's a little heart in the middle. We'll do that heart in the melon. Okay, this is working good. And sorry if I'm quiet. I'm trying to concentrate.
Dogs come running in, breathing hard.
Okay.
Out running.
So I've got the three, the two outside and the middle container in Tide. And I'm going to peel, paste and peel, because like I said, I don't want that to dry. So I'm going to pull it up gently. Okay. And give that a dry. That way it doesn't stick to the transfer, doesn't stick to the silk screen. Okay. That's Daisy saying hello.
It is.
Okay, I think that is, you know what? I might come back to this. Take that out. And
one of these days we get her on video saying hello. Yeah, I don't know that the sound came through very much for everybody.
yeah, did you hear her? Did you hear that growl, groan, growl, whatever?
Whatever sound
Whatever
that
whatever.
makes.
Growl, groan.
We get greeted with that just about every time we come back from anywhere.
Sometimes quite a bit, and we think she's scolding us. Okay, next I'm going to use my Shimmer Melon, and I'm going to do this one. This looks like a little teacup.
Cheryl says Zena loves to talk. It's fun actually to have them talk to you, because it's a
Duke talks with his tail.
Is
Duke
that
talks
true?
with his tail.
Tail or under his tail.
His tail.
He lets you know exactly what he's thinking.
Yes, we often say we wish there was some sort of appendage that he could wave around wildly when he was excited to let us know.
Mama's talking about the boy.
Okay. So this is kind of like coloring. I don't know about you, but I find this very peaceful. I could sit here and just play with this all day. Okay, time for paste and peel. Oh, I got to get this heart. Hold on. Heart to be in the shimmer melon. And let's peel it up. Pretty, pretty. What do you think? Do you like it?
Well, it's interesting.
Interesting?
Well, it's
You don't know, you're not seeing the big picture yet, huh?
it's just not there yet.
It's getting there. It is getting there.
I'm trusting the process. Zena wags her whole back end.
Yeah, Duke does too. He just sits and lets me do whatever I want.
Duke just sits there and lets me do whatever I want.
Okay, so I got that dry. Now I'm going to push this down again. Again, I'm going to try to not push down where I have already chalked, but just where I still need to. I'm just using my multi-tool to get that down.
Okay, I got to read the whole thing. Cheryl says, Cena wags her whole back end. Zeus just sits and lets me do whatever I want except brush his pretty long tail. Liberty is out here barking her little head off, and when I shush her, she wolfs back at me. Talking back to Mom?
Uh-oh.
Liberty's in trouble.
We're going to have a talk about that when you get up here. Okay, so I'm going to end up doing those flowers in melon. So I'll come back to that. Let me see. Let me switch over to my pesto, which is new. Peel off this tin foil and scrape all of that off.
Is that pesto a shimmer also?
This pesto is not a shimmer. We don't have a shimmer pesto. We have a shimmer olive. Whoops. Now I did it. He's going to be yelling. He's going to be yelling at me. You moved the table.
No, you did it.
Okay, now I have pesto underneath my thumbnail. Okay, let's see. Let's do all of this in green. And down in there. Okay, all of that in green. Take off the excess. Now I'm going to switch to my detail tool, because this is kind of very detailed because there's some flowers in there. So I'm trying to just do the foliage in the green. Now this transfer also looks gorgeous just in a single color, just in white on black, or so don't feel like you have to do all this detail. Unless you want to.
I think the dogs got worn out. We actually, they're listing that we're going to have snow this afternoon. We're still too warm outside to have snow.
But it is markedly colder today.
It is quite a bit colder.
Than
We're
it
supposed
has
to be down
been.
in mid-20s tonight. We'll try to turn the heater on for those that come in to visit.
I'm sure it won't be this cold when anyone comes to visit. Okay. Kind of hard to tell what is leaf and what is stem and what is flower. So I'm just kind of going with it here.
Alana says, yep, next thing you know, she's going to be out behind the garage smoking bully sticks.
How does she keep them lit? Okay, I'm going to paste and peel because I've been working on this for a minute here. I'm going to peel that up. Okay, and it looks a little chunky because I'm going to fill that in with flowers. I'm going to dry this. Okay, put that back down. And I'm going to switch over to this side. Do the same thing. Just doing the leaves and the foliage and the green.
Alana says she actually likes this cold. That's why she lives in Riverside. It was 96 earlier this week. Is that right?
It's warming up across the country, I think. Places that we've got friends at have reported that it's warming up.
We are enjoying the cold when we get it.
Yeah, I would like one more snow. Not a lot, just a light dusting. And this, I think, is mostly leaves down here. Do this pretty quickly.
I'm trying not to live in Riverside eventually. Well, there you go.
There you go. Santa wants to move to Idaho.
Yeah, he said he wanted to do his
North Pole, North Pole South, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and paste and peel again so that paste doesn't stick in the screen and dry. Dry that. Now I'm going to branch out and get it, branch out.
I see what you said there.
I'm going to use a color that's not in one of the club singles. I'm going to add.
Wait a minute. You're going outside.
I'm going to add some bumblebee.
You're going extra here?
We're going to go extra. Okay. So these I'm going to do in yellow.
Wait a minute. Go back.
These I'm going to do in yellow.
Okay. The first ones was the ones over.
I'm going to do those in yellow. And then I'm going to do these in the melon. And then this tree I'm going to do a hot mess.
That's going to be a hot mess, all right.
It's going to be a hot mess. Okay. So let me push this back down. Stick that back down. Okay. Another. Okay, I think I'm going to do the hot mess first. I think I will. Okay. So, hot mess. I'm going to take my two different colors. So, I've got Bumblebee and my pesto. And I'm going to mostly do pesto. And I'm just going to put some dots of it all over here. And then I'm going to put some dots of Bumblebee. Here and there. Okay, hopefully that's enough. Okay, I don't have any green in that, so I can mix that. Okay, and I'm going to take a clean squeegee. And I'm just going to kind of swirl this around. And and kind of mix the colors, not mix them, but kind of blend them into each other without completely mixing them up. And that little bit down in there. Okay. And I don't want to put this back in my jar because it's mixed colors. So I'm going to lift this up. Ooh, pretty, pretty. What do you think? Do you see that variegated hot mess? I'm going to dry that.
Well, Anna says if I wanted a little yellow, if I wanted to get a light yellow cream color, could I mix a little bit of the bumblebee with white?
Yes, I would, you mix the dark into the light. Don't try it the other way. Don't try to lighten up a dark color. Darken up a light color. Okay, so I'm pushing that down so it sticks. And let's see, these, what did I say? These were going to be yellow. So I'm going to use my detail tool again. I'm going to push this down. It's kind of not wanting to stick. It's kind of been pushed around a bit. Okay, so giving these some yellow flowers. Yellow flowers. This is kind of like painting, but I'm pushing chalk paste through a screen. Okay, let me clear off the extra. Push that down. Okay, and what did I say? These were going to be yellow. Push those down. Scrape that off. And a lot on there. Use that to get it off. Okay. And paste and peel, and then I'm going to do the last little flowers. Pretty, pretty. What do you think? Coming together. Now I want to be careful when I am drying this paper, because if I put too much heat on cardstock, it will kind of warp. So I want to avoid that. Okay, so I'm done with Bumblebee. Let me put that away. And I'm done with Tide. Let me put that away. Seems to be freezing up a lot. I'm sorry. Is everybody getting that?
It hasn't, just in the last few minutes,
okay.
It has a little bit, but
okay. So these last few flowers we're going to do in our shimmer melon. And then we will be done with our chalking, and then we will start to cut. Okay, now I very easily could have done all of these different colors straight on the surface, but I wanted to give it a little bit of dimension. So we're going to actually put magnets on the back of these after we cut them out. And that should give it a little, it should raise it up just a little bit, give it a little bit of visual interest. And I'm hoping it will look awesome. And then you might be able to peek under and see that shimmer shadow underneath. Okay, Alana hasn't had trouble. Good. Okay, so got those melon flowers chalked. Scrape that off, put that in the water, seal that up, and let's completely remove this. Woohoo! I'm liking it. What do you think? Give me some hearts if you like it. You always come up with the best ideas. Well, I wish I could say they were all original, but they're not. I've seen other designers do this, but I have just try to be fearless and just give things a try. Now I want to make sure this is good and dry before I start cutting, because I don't want to smear it. Another second right there. Okay. I'm not going to clean this because you saw me clean it earlier, but I'm going to spray it so that paste doesn't dry. It's not the end of the world if it does dry. It just makes my job of cleaning it easier if the paste is still damp. And let's see. I'm going to get out my little scissors. I haven't decided. I think I'm going to try and cut this with my little scissors. This is called fussy cutting. If anybody has done scrapbooking or even quilting, I think they call it fussy cutting. You just kind of cut around. So I'm going to come at this here, and I don't have to be exact, but I'm going to give it like a 1/16, an 1/8 of an inch. I'm not trying to cut straight into the color. And I'm not trying to get into every nook and cranny either. So I guess it's not truly fussy cutting, but fussy-ish. I'm just kind of going around, cutting out these outlines. Now, if I get to doing this right, I can just kind of twist. I'm going to cut that off because it's kind of in my way. So, and again, I'm not going to go all the way in there. I'm just going to kind of go there and around and around. This would be a great activity to do while you're watching TV, where you got something mindless on, gives your hands something to do. And again, I'm not cutting every little nook and cranny. And I can always go back and cut a little bit more out. I think I will kind of go into there just because that's the stem. Okay. So there we go. There's that one. So we will end up gluing that down. Give that just a little detail there.
Glue or magnet?
I'm sorry. We're going to glue magnets on them. Okay, so that one goes there. And let's do our next one. And I'm going to cut down so I'm not dealing with. Okay, I'm gonna try an experiment. I'm gonna use my bigger scissors and see if I like it better with the bigger scissors. Yeah, I kind of do. So you decide. It's more comfortable with the bigger scissors. So if you have trouble with your hands wanting to work on fine details, you might want to go with the bigger scissors. Okay, so tomorrow, Sunday, any plans for Sunday? What are you doing on Sunday? Going to church, cleaning house, getting your laundry done, entertaining the grandkids? Just asked myself, why is she gluing to the board? Yeah, I misspoke. I'm thinking of gluing the magnets to the board, to the papers. Now, I do have on order, I have some wooden cutouts for these shapes. They're not here yet, but that's another option, is instead of paper, cut them out of wood. And
Alana's getting her nails done.
Alana's getting your nails done, girl. Feet nails and hand nails. Okay, so then that one's going to go there. And let's cut these apart. Okay, so this is a very similar project to what my friend Patty did, and she used the wooden cutouts.
Just shows there's a different way to do it.
Different way to do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have wooden cutouts,
Then you go.
you can do it with paper. That's what I like to do, is show you different options. Now this technique you can do with any transfer. This happens to be our club transfer, but if you're not a club member, well, first of all, I don't know why you're not a club member, but if you're not a club member, you can do something similar like this with any transfer. Well, maybe not any transfer, but with other transfers. You can cut out little pieces and make them three-dimensional, especially with our Aiden board that is magnetic, because you can use those magnets on it. Yes, you're going to do a mani and a pedi. Okay, you're going to look fancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy. I have no need for a pedicure yet, because we are not wearing open-toed shoes up here yet. So if I got a pedicure, it would just be for myself, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. That one's going to go there. Cut out this one.
Change that.
Okay, so we've got a couple of things coming up I want to tell you about, if I can get my dates right. Tomorrow, we're going to do a quick craft at 6, and then at 7, we are going to be previewing the new mini catalog that's coming out. We have a launch of about 25 new transfers and a new surface and a new kit. And so I'm going to give you a preview of that. It does not launch until April 14th. But I am going to be having a pre-sale. I can't, this is my business page, so this is public. I can't tell you my discount. I can tell you on my VIP page, but we will be having a sale for pre-orders, a pre-sale for the new launch. Lots of beautiful designs. There's patriotic things for like the 4th of July holiday. There's, what else is there? There's a travel themed, a set of travel themed transfers. There's lots of homey home type decor. There's, ooh, I'm going to tell you, there is a pattern transfer of a bandana. Woohoo! I'm excited about that. Okay, so that's tomorrow after our crafting live at 6. At 7 o'clock, we will be doing the preview of the celebration suite. So that's tomorrow. And then on Monday, in my VIP group, I will be having an opportunity live. So that's where I will talk with anybody who's interested in what Raincross Farms Makery and Chalk Couture can do for you and your family, and what ways you can interact with us. So we'll talk a little bit about being a customer, being a club member, being a designer. What are the benefits? What are the requirements? So any of you are invited to come to that. That will be on Monday night at 6, but that will be in the VIP group. So if you have friends that you think might be interested in that also, tell them to come on over to the VIP group and ask to join and come to that live event. Again, that's Monday night. Okay, almost done. Almost done. This is where I get antsy and I'm afraid I'm going to chop off a leaf. And if I do, well, that's okay. Is she cold?
She came in and her coat is cold. So, yeah, it dropped temperature out there pretty good tonight.
Daisy likes the cold. Duke does not like the cold.
Does not do well with cold.
No.
But Daisy loves it.
Daisy likes the cold. Daisy likes the snow. She likes romping in the snow.
We got a lot of wind blowing.
Okay, so only Alana is doing anything tomorrow. Church and nails. Cheryl, what are you doing tomorrow? Hanging out with family.
Hi, Charlene. We're glad to be back.
Hey, Charlene. Welcome. We are finishing up. If anybody is joining us, we are using our April club transfer. And club members should be getting that. They should be arriving anytime now. They generally start shipping them out on the 8th or 9th. So you should be getting yours soon. Okay, there we go. Got that done. Okay, so because they're paper, they're a little bendy, and that's okay. Okay, so we are going to get some magnets. Now I got these magnetic tape strips. So these are adhesive, and they are like tape, but they're magnets. So it comes like this, and it breaks off. So it's like 4 inches long by a 1/2 inch wide, and it's got sticky on one side, and then you can just cut them with your scissors and attach them. And sure. These I believe I got at Walmart.
Cheryl says she's making us dinner tomorrow.
Are you? Thank you. What are we having? Okay. So I'm not going to be stingy with these. So I'm going to cut off some of these and just attach them here and there. Now you can use round magnets. I think Dollar Tree has round magnets. Okay, that should do. And because I can see that shimmer shadow underneath there, I can place it right where it's supposed to be. And this one, I think I can get away with just one. And place that there. This one's going to need a few. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's do a few on this one. Our wind is blowing. I don't know if you can hear it.
Big time out there. No, they won't be able
They
to
won't
hear
be
it.
able to hear it.
No, it's that noise blockers on.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, Cheryl's making Cajun style pork roast, rice and gravy,
Ooh.
greens, carrots, green bean. I'm hungry.
Oh, what are we having for dinner?
Potatoes,
Potatoes.
salad,
Okay.
lemon
So-
cake for dessert. So how long will it take us to get to ready?
I don't know. Okay. 2 more. 2 more. And then we're done. Are you cooking or is your son cooking? Ooh, how is your son? I haven't heard. How's his leg? Is he still hurting? Okay, so I just used 1.5 of these strips of magnets, and I have a bunch left for my next project. So let's put that there and that right there. And here we have our transfer with our design, but if you look up close, it's got dimension to it, which is kind of cool. Or you could turn it into a little game for your kids. Okay, put this back where it goes. So, cute idea. I like this transfer. It looks cute. If you want to just do it flat, you can just chalk that onto the surface. But because this is magnetic, it's just awesome that you can do that. Okay. So that was our project for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, you'll be cooking still quite a bit of pain. He does see the ortho this week. So does he know if he's having surgery, or is it just that he's trying to find out when? Okay, so again, club, if you're interested in club, type club in the comments and you'll get a link to more information or to join the club. There's also a button you can click to tell you more about April specials to get this frame for half off, which is a great deal. Dry cute, very cute. Dry, it's very dry cute. It is dry, very cute. Thank you. I love that 3D style. I do too. It just from a distance maybe you can't see it, but up close it really kind of pops out there. Not sure what the plan will be. Okay, well, we are still praying for him, so hopefully that pain can get managed. So I don't really have a cart link because this transfer is only available to club members, so I just have the club link. Don't forget, tomorrow night after crafting, we will have the preview of the new release items and kick off our pre-sale. And then on Monday, we'll be having an opportunity live if any of you are interested. Ooh, thunder. Ooh, that means rain. That means maybe snow. Yay! As I just did a spring project. That's all right. Our snow will be gone by tomorrow morning anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so thanks for hanging out with us. I'm going to pose for my thumbnail picture. And I hope you go and get you one of these frames. So they're awesome. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for hanging with us, and we will see you tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And again, if you haven't followed our page, please do so. We're shooting for 2,000 now, and it seems like the wheels are turning. Okay, that'll do. See you later. Do something creative every day. Bye-bye.